suffering of a brain condition that is slowly causing her to lose her memory and lose her mind. And it will ultimately kill her unless God intervenes. And they've been praying for a miracle for years, and it has not happened. And I talked to him about that, and it is probably the most powerful chapter I've had in any of my books, because he understands as a philosopher the theology behind this, the philosophy behind the question of why God doesn't always heal. But he talks from the heart as someone going through it personally. And it is a incredibly powerful interview that, I think shed some good light. And that ultimately, he had to say, God, it doesn't look like you're going to heal her in this world. I know ultimately you will in the next, but, by your will needs to be done. I don't want this healing to be an idol, to say that I'm only going to love you, Lord, unless you heal my wife. Your will be done. You are sovereign. It is your decision. We're going to love you regardless of whether she is healed in this life or the next life. And sometimes that prayer of relinquishment, as it's called, which is the prayer that Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, is a prayer that we need to pray. But why doesn't God heal all the time? We don't know. We know God's ways are above ours, and we don't understand them all. But we know that ultimately he will heal those of us who follow him as we enter into the next world.
We thank Lee Strobel for sharing his story with us, and we thank you for listening. Remember now, while GPS may be going away for a bit, there is still a lot of episodes you can be listening to. We would love it if you would give those a listen, as well as our other podcast, Fearless with Sissy Graham Lynch. Happy listening. I'm Jim Kirkland.
And I'm Phil Fleischman. GPS, God, People, Stories. It's an outreach of the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association. Always good news.